Hello and Excelsior comic fans. Welcome to Masks Generation Extra, the TV generation set in the 90s on MTV, back when MTV was relevant. And hopefully our heroes will stay more than relevant and keep saving the day. I am Sawyer, also known as Ferret. I use he/him pronouns, but really don't care what you call me. I'll answer to pretty much anything as long as it's not slanderous. And I am going to be the MC of this wonderful group of heroes who are trying their best to claim fame and save people. We're not sure which one is the most important right now, but we'll figure it out. We are joined by someone replacing an NPC named Mojo, and if you remember from last game, Mojo's mojo is spread quite far and splattered all over some buildings right now. He is alive in a coma, but can't be on TV, then contractual obligations need to be met. So, with that, I would like to go around to the players who were here last time to introduce their characters. And then we will go to Blaze, introduce him with Will, and start answering some questions for Blaze. So, starting in the character keeper, even though you should have escaped it this time, Leandra, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Damn, always first. Hi, my name's Leandro. I use he, him pronouns. For this series, I'm portraying Cassandra Cruz, otherwise known as Scanline. Subtitle The Screen Queen, for reasons I'll explain. She's using the Transform playbook, which means that her physical form is quite different from a normal human form. Basically, due to the bad luck of being heavily injured in a junkyard in the middle of a superhero fight when the Metal Blast happened, her technopathy powers kicked in and kind of fixed her body by drawing in all the junk around from her, and so she ended up with a vaguely humanoid body made out of bits and bobs and a TV set for a head. She's an avid fan of superheroes, and that's mainly why she's sticking with this whole okay, let's be a superhero and just save people and maybe make some money, even though I look like a weird, creepy freak who doesn't have a face. Beyond whatever 90s references to television I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah, she's weird. She's trying. It's hard to tell. Again, the lack of face doesn't help. So go Scanline. Yay.
Thank you very much. Patrick, would you introduce yourself and your fine character?
Hi, I'm Patrick, he, him, and I am playing Chiron, or Karen Rook, she, her. Her subtitle is The New Hotness, because there is, an older Chiron wandering around, and he's a hero or whatever that people know, but I'm much better and cooler and prettier. I'm using the Beacon playbook, and Karen doesn't actually have any superpowers per se, but she's really damn good with bow and arrow and an Olympic level gymnast, asterisk. She grew up in a very wealthy family, but was sort of totally uninterested by things like wealthy stuff or fancy stuff or girly stuff, and mostly trained in a lot of different sports activities, skills, things like that. Her parents could always buy like the best tutors or coaches around. She is very heavily based on Marvel's Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. But she's had a falling out with her family, her mother specifically, over this whole embarrassing supering career, and especially now that I'm on television and the family name is just getting dragged through all this salacious stuff. She's been disowned by her family. It's cool. She doesn't like them. They're all stupid anyways, especially her mom. And she's now making a living as a PI on the streets, helping the little people who don't pay very often, which is why this offer to be on a TV show and, a regular paycheck and a real paycheck from a credit company that would bounce and things like that was just, it's really nice. Not that I need the money, because I don't need money. But I could really use the money.
Completely understood. And Tyler, would you introduce yourself and your wonderful character?
Certainly. I'm playing Minikulu Petkani, which means fleeing rat. But for some reason, people in America can't pronounce that name. So instead, I have taken on the name of Fleer. My real name is Iviki. I am a Roma who a was presented as a boy in the 50s, and while at a camp sitting there at the fire, a beautiful figure came and offered me the opportunity to be everything I'd ever dreamed, to be his queen. But instead, he took me to a place very much like hell and stuck me in a cage and did terrible, terrible things to me. And eventually, I managed to escape, fleeing away from, and the name of my nemesis is Sorrento Arzlana, which is the taker of innocence, and made it back into this real world. I'm playing the Doomed playbook. I haven't been back a whole ton of time, but I am trying to get as much life as possible before the inevitable doom I know of him coming and finding, or them coming and finding me. I'm pretty upbeat, all things considered, honestly. And I have my powers, which are I have memory manipulation, I have psychic constructs, and body transmutation. And physically, I look like a really super hot young Morticia Adams. And that's me.
Thank you very much. And our salacious bad boy, Ares, will you introduce yourself and your character?
Of course. So he's called Manny. That's probably the name most people know him. His power is basically splitting himself into lots of smaller and smaller versions of himself, but they all have the same mass, so he doesn't actually get bigger. But his personality is a little different than just his power. He's like the boy upstairs. That's his nickname on the show. He's the guy who will we will spike the punch and bring the beers and every other possible alcoholic beverage, hit on all the girls, and he's here really just to have a good fun time. And he's basically kind of like reality star of the 90s MTV shows that they're always dragged to the point of stupidity. So yeah.
He is my favorite example of toxic masculinity. And Will, who are you bringing to this wonderful team to balance this out?
So I'm Will, he, him. My character is he, him as well, and that is I'm playing Brett Morgan, otherwise known as Blaze, and Blaze is a legacy. Blaze is the son of a fairly prominent superhero from the 80s who also went by the name of Blaze, and she was very famous for her signature, sort of energy signature and laser beams. Blaze the second, sorry, hasn't manifested those powers yet, which is a bit of a disappointment to both his mother and his mother's agent. And he's on the team because it's another opportunity to get the brand out there, right? This was the life that was always planned for him from the second he was born. His mother's kind of moved away from superheroism to super personality. She's on all the talk shows. She has a book. And in fact, Brett was the subject of her first book, From Superhero to Supermom. And he's on the team to show everybody just how much of a supermom she was. And yeah, so that's Blaze. I think I already did boost my stat point ferrets because I got rid of a -1.
Oh, let me check.
0.
That was yes, you did. That is my mistake then.
No worries. I just wanted him to have a slightly better grasp of his powers since he grew up with a superhero mother.
Yeah, and I have a few leading questions for Blaze before we begin. The first I want to ask is, what do you fear the most about being on TV and a hero at the same time?
I mean, all those eyes on you, you can easily mess up. Everyone can see you, and the pressure. I mean, mom's always watching over my goddamn shoulder, and now the whole world's gonna be.
The second one, I got the questions I asked everyone, and I think I know this one. How did Miss Marvelous bring you to the team, or did she have a choice?
I mean, I didn't have any choice. I wouldn't put it past mom's agent not giving her any choice either. When you've been around as long as my mom has, then you know all the right people. And Miss Marvelous, I'm sure, she's got a few skeletons in her closet.
Yes, quite, and they're not just rib bones. And I know your team subtitle, but what are you endorsing, or whom is your biggest fan?
I mean, I think my biggest fans are mom's biggest fans, really. There's a lot of old love for the brand out there, and in every way, in every day, I'm supposed to be the new one.
Gotcha.
And I guess what she endorses is, I mean, she's between you and me, she's kind of a sellout. She's popular. She's a princess.
Do you have to endorse your mom's products on the show?
Oh yeah. I've always got to be mentioning that. Check out Later Tonight with John Oliver. You'll see. Oh no, it's the '90s, isn't it? I don't know '90s talk shows.
Oh God! Like
Howard
check
Stern?
on Howard Stern. Check on Ricky Lake. Check on Maury. Yeah. Maury's been on forever.
That reminds me of something that my mom said on Ricky Lake. She'll be back again next week if any of y'all want to watch it.
See someone she saved, sue her on Judge Judy.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay, and let's go to your team questions, your background, and your relationships. You've already answered these, but do you want to
sure thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I once got caught something that shames, or my mom says shames the brand, brings our good name into disrepute. I was just hanging out with Manny, and he had this idea. My mom's new goddamn TV show, big billboard with her face, a picture of me as a little kid on there, and we got some spray paint. We went up there, and yeah, some guy caught a picture of us while I was. I mean, it's kind of hard to hide when I fly, It's all a light show, but they caught me blocking out my own face on the billboard. I mean, it's me, right? I should be able to deface my own likeness, but she doesn't see it like that.
I totally didn't get the paparazzi myself there, by the way. I totally didn't.
Well, one of you has an image to maintain. The other has a different image to maintain. And your second relationship question.
My other one is with Scanline, who I told an important secret of my legacy. And, she's a nice girl. I mean, God knows she's making the best with what she's got. But, out of everyone here, I think she looks up to people like superheroes, and all those superpowers. And I had to tell her that, sometimes it's just all for show. Like some of my mom's biggest fights, they were all staged, So, I mean, I wanted her to know what we were getting into here. It's not all going to be the real deal,
Ooh. And everyone's confiding to Scanline for some reason. Wonder what's up with that. She has a very trustworthy face, clearly.
Yeah, it's in the '90s. If you can't trust TV, who can you trust?
I did forget to mention that she does write for a fanzine, but nobody knows about it because that's another person.
Yeah, and
that's why I thought, despite you being the media, you write for someone, right? It's because you're a fanzine, right? So you were.
Yeah, but people don't know. People don't know that she's the writer for that on that fanzine.
Oh, it's a secret, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone might, because Scanline, you have another relationship question to ask.
Yeah, I was saving this for our legacy because back when she was Cassandra Cruz, her thing was she'd write up eyewitness accounts of superhero fights. Usually, that's why she got involved in that one in the junkyard, because she rather recklessly puts herself in danger to be like, all right, here's the latest, Meta Watch account from Cassandra Cruz or something like that. And mine is, blank knew you before you changed. And we were
Well,
talking about.
maybe
Go
I
on.
did know you before you changed. Maybe because I imagine Brett being Kid Blaze back in the day, like the sidekick to his mom, who's retired very recently. So maybe I met you as Cassandra Cruz, right? And maybe, like, it was nice to have a fan of my own, however briefly, and speak to a normal girl and not be like within the sort of corporate control bubble kind of thing.
Yeah, I get the feeling that sometimes Cassandra can be obnoxious because she's a civilian who refuses to come to go to safety. But maybe for Kid Blaze, that was like, oh, neat, a person of kind of close to my age who's
A
interested.
human.
Yeah, just a human.
And so, would I know that you're Cassandra Cruz now, or is that a secret? 'Cause I guess your voice has changed, right? And you're not.
Yeah, my voice is
Yeah.
all tinny and stuff. I think I'm keeping a secret right now. I think only one person really knows. Not even my parents know.
Yeah. And we have a politician who may make a appearance today. And that leaves Minakulo. I believe you have a question that is answered by the legacy.
Indeed. I'd love to kiss Blaze before my doom comes. Because he's so handsome.
And now.
And heroic. I imagine there's a great deal of the. Part of that is the upstanding, heroic nature of like your family. And then, I mean, you kind of project the classic hero. And I think that's something she's desperately attracted to.
So just to say, my take on Blaze is that he's publicly his family's very heroic. Privately, he knows that it's all just fake, right? And it was all for brand management. But he would prefer to be the thing that the story that everyone believes about Blaze, right? But that's not an option as long as mommy's in charge, right? Like, so yeah.
Excellent.
And mom obviously wants you to be with Karen because she's more marketable.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And how about you hand out your influence? I know that Minnie has given you influence over them or him.
So I've never played Mass before, so I will need my hand held. Do I just name two people?
Yes, you just name two people who basically their idea of your self-image is deep enough that they have like social power over you. That's what influence is.
Okay, cool. So do I give influence? Do I say who I have influence over, or do I?
You say who you're giving your who's giving.
Who's giving? Okay, I would say I have. Two people who have influence over me are.
Actually, I think the
let's say-
legacy gives influence to everybody.
Oh, does he?
Let me
cool
check.
then.
Yeah, he does. It does.
Dang.
Part of this team for better or for worse. You care what they think.
And I think
I have even planned for that.
Yeah, and I think Georgie, our boy upstairs, has given you influence over him.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Tyler. I missed that in the rules. I have had a look. I'm just very rusty with a lot of it, you know.
I played one at one point, and I was just thinking, I think they have a lot.
Yeah, and with that done, the introduction's set. I think we're ready to begin. We can. I think I'll start with a hard frame, like last. Everyone's exiting like the theater, like that had been replaying the mission from the mission that got sprung on you at the party. And Miss Marvelous is actually quite nice to everyone, but she seems distracted. And she got a phone call on her Nokia brick that she took outside, and like some of the voyeurs are sweeping in, sweeping up, like cleaning up the popcorn you got. Like, at least Georgie, I'm sure, has been eating. And you hear the phone beep off, and Miss Marvelous is clicking her way back into the room. It's like, okay, it seems that we have a replacement for Mojo. I'm not sure if any of you have heard of this person before, but this is Blaze the Second, who has been Blaze the First, the super mom's child, and I need two of you to go and introduce him to the cameras. Currently, he is at the Bria Italian Bistro downtown, waiting to be seen to, and I think Karen and Scanline, you two will be the best to do this.
What? You mean Kid Blaze?
Yeah, Kid Blaze is joining the team.
Has he ever even fought anybody who wasn't a paid extra?
Well, you see, sometimes we don't get the choices that we want.
At least we will now have a real gentleman in the party. As I look over towards Minnie.
Excuse me. I assume Blaze isn't with us right now,
No,
right?
that's only you four. Blaze is downtown at a restaurant, waiting for waiting for the camera crew to walk in with the two people that Miss Marvelous is sending.
Why him? What's so great about him?
Well, he has marketability. He has superpowers. He's handsome. And really, Minnie, the good girls like him.
And he comes with his own sponsors.
Not just the good girls.
And
Yeah, gross.
and Miss Marvelous.
Gross.
And Miss Marvelous looks over at, and that has to be like a shared speech bubble from those two. But like with like Georgie's like, ew, like looking like really horror dripping, and Karen's gross being like just spot on like stenotype and just like fierce and red. Like no.
In the background, Scanline has an anime sweat drop on her sleeve.
And Miss Marvelous is like, look, you can either do this or Scanline. I had you scheduled for several people to do a Tekken tournament on your screen. And Karen, you were going to have to edit your footage for your coach. Either or.
So the choice is to either for me to sit still or talk to a superhero.
I didn't say this job would be easy.
Fine. Go talk to the pretty boy.
Hey.
And Miss Marvelous, like, Georgie, beauty is subjective. We all should know this.
Don't worry, Georgie. You're always lots of men.
Yeah, I think it's like a Scanline and Karen leave the room. Miss Marvelous walks up and like she's not controlling her weight as well as she was. Like she's sort of like boom, boom, like over to Minaculo and places her hand on her shoulder. It's like, that boy who we found. He can stay with us for a while, but he's been back less time than you have. Could you, and I'm going to regret this, and Georgie take him to see some sights, maybe the Parthenon, maybe Opryland?
Yeah, absolutely.
Parthenon? What's that?
The Parthenon, are you asking out of character or in character?
No, in character.
And Miss Marvelous looks over. It's like, it is the replica of the Parthenon, one of Nashville's greatest wonders. It has a full statue to the goddess Athena.
And the Opryland is an amusement park. We can go on the roller coaster.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
And Miss Marvelous sort of closes her eyes at like Georgie's insistence on Opryland. It's like, of course. Just remember that if you're sworn for autographs, if they don't have a headshot, you don't have to do it.
How old is he? The guy we're supposed to take.
Oh, this guy is a look. He was taken at when he was 18. He's in the NPC list. He has like one leg missing from his rift closing on it. Miss Marvelous bought the leg for him and everything.
Yeah, all I wanna know is like, can he go to a bar legally?
No.
Okay.
Minnie, if you're going to drink, at least have a camera watching you so we can get the reactions.
Sure, get some voyeurs around, I guess. I don't know.
Circle up. Go with them.
I'm gonna get them to drink. And I point at him and air person that's not there yet.
She's like, please don't get the camera things drunk. I don't know how their systems react to alcohol.
That's a good idea.
And so the scene will cut. I think we'll go to introduce Blaze with Scanline and Karen first. So, Scanline and Karen, you've been you're put in this not a limo this time, but a very nice SUV, and are driven downtown. The roads back then were less crowded, but still pretty shitty. So like you're on like these 2-lane roads in this big vehicle that kind of has to scoot over as close to the sidewalk as it can. Unless someone's on the sidewalk, then it scoots over a bit. And you get dropped off at this this 2-story Italian restaurant. And you see a lot of people outside, like sort of older fans than you're used to, and several women holding the book From Superhero to Supermom. She's so inspiring. I wish I could raise a child like she did and save the world. All single mothers are heroes. And the people are holding them back, and they sort of part them as you two are let out of the vehicle. The panel shows you guys walking upstairs, and I think we finally see Blaze like this 1-page splash of just like the intro of him like turning around, looking like handsome, sparkling lights, like the most perfect sunlight hitting him. And you three are together. How does Scanline, Karen, or Blaze react?
I think
Ladies,
with the big splash page, Karen just does the like audible gulp.
Scanlines give me a thumbs up.
Blaze turns around and again he has a gulp as well. I think at the same time, you know. I think maybe that splash page has both of us gulping at the same time, and then covering.
I like the next page like has like this single like long panel, and it's just Scanline in the middle like doing the thumbs up, and then but Karen, Blaze.
Yeah. Blaze will like pull out a chair and then another one and be like, "Ladies, come join me."
So it was hi, Kid Blaze, right?
It's just Blaze nowadays, you know.
Does that get confusing with your? No, who am I to talk about that?
I mean, you're. I didn't quite catch your name. You're
Chiron.
Chiron. Nice.
Not that Chiron.
Yeah, I'm afraid the illusion is lost on me. I'm sorry.
Oh. Well, yeah, it's just Chiron.
Yeah, I mean,
This is the only Chiron you need to care about.
of course, my brand new teammates, my lovely new teammates, 2 lovely ladies. Should I? You want to eat? Should we go? I mean, I'm eager to meet all y'all and get things going.
And that's when like this sort of this waiter comes over, when Blaze sits back down. It's like, we hired you to have at least 30 minutes of the filming here. We need our name out on the airwaves. Please order food. This is the best appetizer." And they're like, "Welcome!" Well, and as you guys are sort of forced to product place.
Yeah, Blaze grimaces, like winces slightly, and then just puts out a smile, like, "Oh well, thank you, Luigi. That's real nice. Now." And then he just goes like, "Isn't that great? That's the best goddamn antipasti you'll ever have." Now,
Oh, I can't eat, but if I could, I wish that I could, because this all looks quite fantastic. Thumbs up to the
Karen will
camera.
just like turn the menu away and be like, just bring me whatever's your most expensive free lunch.
And I think like the one of the voyeurs comes out and lays out this napkin with the Olympic rings on it in front of Karen.
So, you
oh
seem excited about joining our team.
yeah, I mean, I've been doing this hero biz for all my life it seems, and Mom's retired. It's gonna be nice to have my own team. She was part of the Fab Five back in the '90s, and I'm looking forward to being part of Generation Extra, as they say.
Yeah, well, as the newest recruit on the team, we'll really have to run you through your paces and see whether whatever it was you were doing with your mom will actually stand up to our sort of missions.
I'm sure. I'm sure he'll do fine, Chiron. I heard about what he did against the ice monger. Did you hear that? Is it true that he mongs ISIS?
He does mong ices, and he mongs a whole lot of other stuff. He's a man with some strange hobbies. He's an ironmonger, he's a fishmonger. Icemonger is just the thing that gets him in trouble. Nice guy, actually. I visited him once in prison after we beat him. So, Scanline, you don't eat, is that right? I mean, how do you keep your batteries charged?
Uh, I think Scanline is very charmed by this boy. But you can't tell because of the face. Because I think I should mention that her TV just displays those scan lines. It's not
Yeah.
displaying anything.
Yeah.
Just yeah, maybe that's her to static. It's like I just hook myself up to the mains. That works apparently. I don't.
Oh, right.
I'm not really sure. I've never really checked. Last time we were in the mission, you probably saw this in the footage. I threw my arm at villain. Didn't know it was gonna
Wow.
work.
Wow. One of Mom's friends, Tin Pot Steve, he had a similar trick, and it used to send the bad guys didn't know what was hitting them when a hand came flying out of the blue. So that's a good trick. Anyways, we got some time to kill. How about you tell me about the other members of Generation Extra? What's it called? There's that girl, Flea. I gotta say, easy on the eyes.
I don't feel like you had to say that.
I mean, it's just a phrase. Come on, man.
She's pretty powerful. She can lift and throw buses at people that say things like that to her.
Hey, it's a good skill to have, I'm deep respect for women who can throw buses. My own mama is one of those women. And yeah, there's that many kid as well. What's he called?
Many is a creature.
I mean,
Many is a horde of creatures.
Yeah, I think it's like this is like when the food is being brought, and you hear you guys are on a patio, on the second floor, and you hear from downstairs a loud shriek from the crowd.
that's probably just one of those fans. You never quite know. I mean,
And then Cassandra hears a familiar crackle of a megaphone in a familiar voice as Rodrigo Cruz shouts out, "These freaks have caused property damage to one of the eldest homes in Brentwood. Hell no, they should go!" And the crowd begins chanting, "Hell no, they should go!"
Ah, man. Do you guys know who that is?
Just some local prick.
I mean, I don't really know. My agent, my manager normally handles this kind of thing, but you know, how do you do it on Generation Extra? Should we just ignore him, or
Well, this is sort of an audition lunch, isn't it? Why don't you show us what you've learned? All of your managers and handlers, why don't you manage something?
Ooh.
I'd be delighted, Karen.
Thumbs up.
And so Blaze will set down his food, dab his face with a napkin, um, and then step off the balcony, I guess. We're upstairs in the restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So he will step off the veranda and fly down to whoever's making the noise.
You see, Rodrigo Cruz is Filipino, right? Yeah, you see this very rugged, like he would be like the most interesting man in the world on those Dos Equis commercials, but he has a political career, and he has that megaphone, and he's just it's like they send their new freak to deal with these problems. This one, whose only claim to fame is a mother who fought on TV and now nepotistically gave him a show as well. This is not right.
Gentlemen, you've already made your mind up about me, but I ain't even met you. Now, what say you come and join me and my friends for, this place does the finest food in the county, goddamn, in the whole state. My friend Luigi in there, he'll set you up with a nice meal, a plate, all on my bill, I promise you. Why don't we just sit and talk like this like gentlemen?
He slanders Nashville hot chicken, saying Italian is the best food we have to offer. And I think like the crowd begins booing, and you see like they've chased your fans off. Like they're off like to the side, but you can tell like some of the older women like clutching their pearls, and like some of the men are just like oh no, no. But
The hot
their fans
chicken.
are not coming to defend you.
Yeah, fair enough.
But do you maybe want to pierce his mask to?
Sure thing. Is there a dice roller?
Yes,
Page.
in the lines and veils part, there is a link to the roll for your party.
Thank you, Leandro. Okay. I would just need 2d6 for this, right?
Correct. Plus your mundane.
I think I have a 1 in mundane.
Ooh, not that it helps.
Oh no, I haven't rolled it yet. That was just my dice being added to the page. I like to actually roll them. I know. Sounds stupid. So that is an 8.
Gotcha. So you get to ask one question from Pierce the Mask.
Okay. Sorry, I have this on my tablet. My
That's
tablet's
perfectly
locked
fine.
itself.
So,
how could I get your character to leave?
leverage the fact that your mother actually saved his wife one time.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't catch your name, sir.
And I think one of the people unfurls a sign, Rodrigo Cruz for mayor.
Rodrigo Cruz. Is your wife Roberta Cruz?
And the megaphone drops. Yeah.
Roberta Cruz. Yeah. I remember this was about 5, 6 years ago. I was with Mom. There was that pileup on I-90. I don't know the road that goes through Nashville, but
I-40 and I-70.
There was that pileup on I-40. Oh yeah, we stopped by. We were lifting cars off people. Your wife is the most lovely lady. Yeah, it was that pileup caused by the icemonger. I remember. He caused that. He froze the whole surface of the motorway, and we were while my mom was, taking him down. Yeah, I remember. I pulled. I think I pulled your wife out of that bus.
And
Most lovely lady I ever met.
I think like
She doing well?
he's looking sort of shocked, and like some of the other crowd like mumble 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 murmur murmur murmur. Like,
And what about you have a daughter, right? Cassandra. How's she doing? How's Cassie?
don't mention my missing child. And
I'm so sorry, sir. Listen, here's my number. Anything, you call me anytime, and I will make sure I do whatever I can to find your daughter. I remember she was a real charmer.
and like I think like this is when like Luigi, aka Julian, comes out. It's like, do you have the permit for this rally? Scattering. And Karen and Scanline, what do you think of how he handled this?
Should we treat the conversation we had in the chat as canon?
Yes, that's fine.
Scanline, why aren't they eating him alive? They're supposed to be eating him alive. They were yelling at him just a minute ago.
Scanline has her head cocked. Like, gosh, he's terribly nice, isn't he?
Are your bars turning red? Scan.
Like they can do that? Oh,
Yeah, I think like your color codes like are almost all like red, pink, orange, red, pink, orange. If I can.
yeah. It's like, hold on, and suddenly her TV, her channel starts flipping into like I don't know. Here's an ad for Troy Aikman's football game. Here's an ad for here's a TV news, and it's like
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
yeah,
Get a hold on yourself, girl.
yeah, but come on, can you tell he's
He's inherited a very nice jawline. That's all.
well, we agree that it's nice then.
But that's not the point.
Look, I can dream. It's not like I'm able to do anything. Look at me.
Look, we have to get downstairs before. What? Oh, the waiter is saving the day. Oh, for God's sake, this is the worst interview ever.
And I think like the final bit of this scene is Blaze landing next to Luigi, and like pulling him close, and like uh, giving the spiel for Bria Italian Bistro as like the camera like zooms in, and like the girls like and then, like the voyeur is up there with the girls like getting their conversation. Not probably not like it'll have to be like it'll be like subtitled with like too soft to hear kind of things, but like you have to at least be seen.
I would like it as well when I come and sit back down again, just sit back down and look kind of exhausted and just go, man, what a goddamn grade A motherfucking asshole. Like,
Karen will actually raise her glass to that.
and then he looks around like, oh shit.
And then I think the owner of Bria comes out with like a bottle of wine, like, thank you for this. In my country, you are old enough to drink, and begins pouring you guys alcohol. And I think that'll be the scene, and we can take do you guys want a 5 or a 10-minute break?
5 is good for me.
Okay, let's be back at 1 after the hour, and we will get to Opryland. Well, we have the two who will be at Opryland, and a Patrick I see returning. So let us set that. I think Miniculo and Georgie, you guys are not going to go in like the Generation Extra vehicles. Like you're not going in a branded vehicle because this is just an off-camera thing. You guys are literally being nice, showing this guy around what's changed. And I will say, I did not go to Opryland until the year the park was closing down, so I will be bad at this.
Opryland is a real place.
Yeah, it's now like this really famous like show place and hotel, and also the hotel is really great. Yeah,
Okay.
but it used to have a theme park with lots of.
It was fun. I went back when I was a youngster and y'all were all not born yet.
And but it has like people who are like the Elvis impersonator kind of things, and just different like lots of country music, lots of just good old honky tonk fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you guys are in actually a very nondescript white car because black draws too much attention right now. And you get dropped off to Opryland. The handler gives you each a pass, which is basically a VIP pass. Show this to anyone, you will get to go do what you want.
And we're off camera?
Yes, you are. I think like you have a voyeur following you, but its camera is off at the moment, like just in case there is something happens.
We're never completely away from the cameras.
Yeah.
No, that's to be expected.
And like I think you guys are like you get to the line to get in. There's a long line. You hold up your passes, and Rift or Steven is looking sort of concerned. Like he has long pants on to hide his prosthetic leg, and just sort of looks like, can we really cut line? Is that okay?
I'll go ahead, Georgia.
Yeah, don't worry. It's what benefits, you could say. Also, you see Georgie looks a little different. He has like weird nerdy glasses on.
And I'm in my daytime drag, so I've got my hoodie on and, kind of covered my face. But I'll reach down and grab Steven's hand and say, it will be fine. It is the benefit of all the other pains and ass we get.
Yeah. Don't worry, it will be fun too. Like hot dogs?
And he sort of grimaces like, I don't really eat pork or raccoon or possum or whatever they put in hot dogs.
Do you like
They're the
sugar?
worst things to raccoon.
It's like, I like cotton candy.
Yeah, I'll get some.
And you guys like get passed by like you have like the usual like parents, like, we've been waiting so long. Why did they get to go? Like flash your passes, and I think like one of the impersonators, and I will say this is a Diana Ross impersonator, is like comes around. It's like, welcome to Opryland. Today is we're going to have the Blues Gala, the 70s super, and like I think you see Steven's eyes just go wide. It's like, is Diana Ross still? Is she a superhero? Is she still alive?
She is fabulous. I don't know if superhero.
Well,
and he's like, she's an imposter.
yes, they're all imposter here. Don't worry.
And the woman looks a bit insulted, like, I'm a performer.
Performer, yes.
And he's like, putting this pad of paper away. He's like, I was going to get an autograph.
What year did you get? Where you got in again?
76.
Oh,
It's a little like Disney World, only instead of Mickey Mouse, they have the Elvis.
Oh, I heard he got fat.
and then dead.
And he's dead. Yes.
That sucks.
Yeah.
He was overrated.
Like you guys like go in, like he's really happy to try some of the rides, and eventually, like like about an hour passes of you guys just having fun, going on rides, seeing performances, maybe even getting like henna tattoos because they like decorative stuff, and you get like dragged to like the backstage of the performance, like where they have the real artist of the day, who I'll say is 95.
Whitney.
Billy Ray Cyrus?
Yes,
Ooh.
there we go. Thank you. And because I'm more into new country, like Casey Musgraves and stuff. So, but like yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus is in the and you see he's talking with like this really attractive woman, and she's dressed in like a scarlet gown, has like a what looks like real gold stitching inlays on it in designs. It's very elaborate, and he's having this talk with us like, are you serious? You have a stalker? I'm the famous one. And I think as you guys like walking close, Steven and Minakulo will definitely overhear. It's like, yeah, I mean, it started sweet with roses, with dinners, with promises, sweet nothings, and he says I should be his, but it feels all onery and like I'm an object, and he wants to have me to display. And Billy's just sort of rolling his eyes like, look, dear, you're a good dancer, you're a good chorus girl, but I'm the famous one here. I should be watching out for the stalkers. And he goes into his room, and she just sort of
Oh shit. I take off the glasses and I go to her. Hey, you need help? Couldn't help right here.
She looks over like, I really think I do. There's this guy, and she's describing it more in detail, and this sounds almost exactly like the Taker's human form.
As I'm listening and I'm starting to catch on to this, I'll look over at Steven. Does it seem like he's catching on to that as well?
You see, like he's getting you can hear like this, like a mechanical thump, 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 thump as his prosthetic leg is like really jittery, and he's getting very anxious.
I'll kind of take his hand and give it a squeeze. Madam, when did you last see this man?
I haven't seen him for a month, but he gets into my place. He leaves cards. He leaves gifts, but they're no longer nice. It's like he's put in work. He's put in the effort. I'm his. I'm scared.
Did you try the police?
They said if there's no signs of breaking and entering, they don't believe me.
Strange.
Knowing what I kind of know of the Taker, is part of it he attracts someone and they sort of agree to go. Is there a bit of the vanity there they have to sort of choose? Do I know that?
I think like like he's not used to being told no, and that's when he gets possessive. Because like what he sees, he generally takes, but like whatever he sees in her, like she may be trying to like drown out or whatever. But like I think like maybe they do have to agree to end up being taken.
You should try to avoid him. You should. I mean, this is desperate. You perhaps should move. Have you thought of the Las Vegas?
I can't move. We met at Gilda's club. He said he knew a way to cure my mom of her cancer. I can't leave my mom. I do enough with Opryland.
Yeah. And I'll kind of look at Minnie, and you could see that I've gone really dark and serious, and I'm giving you that look of there's something big bad about this. Madam, this person, he is dangerous. If he is who I think he is.
I figured he was dangerous. Wait. And like she pulls out like an issue of the Metamorphosis and like flips and like to sees like I think like Minnie's article in there. Like it's like, are you guys? You've got to help me. You believe me, don't you?
I think she is. I believe her. So yeah, I could help. I hope. Do we need everyone for this?
Okay, I'm gonna.
You may.
Let me go to my dressing room. I need to get a few things, and I'll be right back.
Go with her.
Would you mind if we traveled with you to your trailer?
It's a room. Just follow me. It'll be fine. And she's like leading you further backstage. Like you see, like the big name stars. Like we get to the dressing rooms like with no stars on them, and then we get to like the dressing rooms that like look like they used to be janitor closets. And she opens one, and like it is a room, like it's a multi-person room, and it's full of like other kind of people who are getting ready, testing their voice, all that stuff. And I think one of them is this really attractive younger woman, and she sees Georgie, and like you see like a picture of Georgie on her mirror. It's like, oh, what's the name for this woman? Tammy, you brought real talent with you. Hey, Minnie.
Hey, smile. Like this half smile. And hey, see you later.
Oh, don't leave. I mean, couldn't you sign this picture for me? I'd be so grateful.
Doing the heroics right now, have to do the heroics now.
I don't see any cameras on you. You can't be doing heroics.
Can you handle it for 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
I think it would be better, perhaps, if business before pleasure.
Oh, I don't know. And she reaches into her cleavage and pulls out like a bag of nondescript drugs. I've got a lot of pleasure with me.
I'm giving you a disapproving look, but you do.
No.
Do you want to use your influence over him, perhaps?
You can use influence over me, yes.
Yeah, that's what I think probably is.
Just provoke me or something, I guess. Or use
yeah.
it.
Let's see. Yeah. I think that I'm going to try and would it be something like support to push him towards not falling for this sort of thing?
You might want to
Provoke
either, like,
the right way.
provoking or piercing the mask, I would say.
All right, let's do provoke.
Or you can tell him his place in the world since you have influence over him.
Yeah.
And he'd have to choose to accept or reject that.
Ooh,
Yeah, but that's like changing my labels, right?
Yeah, and then you have to accept or reject that.
Huh. Well, I've never used that before. That's kind of cool. Let's provoke. I'm going to kind of move over to Minnie. This is some sort of. This is harlot in the back of a stage. You have business to do, and 5 minutes is not very impressive anyway.
And you
That's
get a,
why I said 10. Sure.
yeah. And you with this roll you do get a +1 because you have influence over Minnie,
All
I
right.
believe. And you can burn that influence for another +1 if this is a bad roll.
Okay.
Also plus superior if you have any. Or negative if you have none.
All right. Rolling superior. I rolled a 7. My superior is a 0. So it's a 7.
Okay.
Wait, +1 for influence, no?
Yes.
So you have 8.
Yeah.
So an 8.
You
So
need to choose one or the other. Cards
yeah,
or sticks.
so
No,
you
you choose actually Minnie. Either
No, he needs to choose
I choose.
one, and then I need to choose whether to listen to it or not, and either get the card or
okay,
get
yeah,
the.
you're right.
Yeah. I think it's going to be the if they don't do it, market condition.
Yeah, I don't want the condition. I like take it like go in my pocket, take a paper, write a small like a number really fast, and give it to her, and be like, "Sorry, business first." At which point I look at the voyeur and tell it like, "Yeah, start like maybe like I look at her and look at it like, should we start recording?"
And ooh.
Clear?
I think at this time, like you guys have been, Steven looks like has been staring at this woman because like he's not seen this kind of activity before. And he looks like, "Where's Tammy?"
The one we were looking for that was we followed, she disappeared.
She's like moved, like she was moving back into the
Room.
like, further into the room, and the woman's like putting up. Tammy's got in the back. She's probably changing.
Go.
Excuse me, boys, and I will. Yeah,
Yeah.
go over
And
there.
I think, and then what you see, Minakulo, is a familiar hand leading into a different dimension, holding on to Tammy's hand. And she turns and she's crying. "I'm sorry. My mom's health comes first." And she's tugged in.
Ugh. I would I leap across trying to grab her. I imagine I fail, but
No, roll to defend someone with Savior.
oh, alrighty. I shall give that a shot. Give her back, you bastard! Well, I rolled an 11. And so with my savior 0, so I got an 11. So I keep them safe and choose one. I'll take influence over someone I protect. I'll take influence over her.
Okay, and I think you grab her, and if I may indulge a bit, like maybe your power, like that meta blast thing, like you can share your. She sees her future in your eyes, and lets go of his hand at the last moment, and you hear Soreto just like, "You bitch! You can't keep me from everything. I will return." And you see like Rift is like slams his hands and the thing closes like, "I didn't know I could do that."
I'll look back and smile at him, and you did it very well.
"Can we go? I want to go home. I'm scared."
Tammy, you need to come with us.
And like Tammy's just like holding herself and sniffling like, "Thank you. I feel so weak right now."
You will be all right. Come.
Rift, can you take several people with you?
And Rift like, "Oh yeah," and just puts his hands together and like pulls them open, and you see like this slice happen in the firmament of reality. You see the inside of the theater with
Back to
where
base.
the base was, and it's like, you guys go in first, I'll follow. And like it feels like you're walking through like a winter, like a cold shower as you step through, but it's a very brief sensation. You know, you get goosebumps, your hair's raised, but then you're immediately in base.
Yeah, forget the words. Yourself as fast as possible after we're done.
And you hear the voyeur, and like Rift jumps in after you guys and just closes it, and I'm going to go to my room. I'll.
You did amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I'll lean in, I'll kiss him on the cheek.
Yes, you did awesome. Dude.
You lean in to kiss him on the other cheek?
No.
And he'll thank you and just sort of like holding himself almost as tightly as Tammy is. He'll go upstairs, and then Tammy looks up at Minakulo. It's like, I saw in your eyes he never keeps his promises, does he?
No, he does not.
My mom's gonna die, isn't she?
That is not for me to say. Any more than we all will die in our time.
Yeah, you're right. What's going on? So I'm going to get Marvelous.
Yeah, and as I think as like Minnie is you will actually walk in on Miss Marvelous, and or like she's walking, like pacing back and forth, talking on the phone. Look, you bitch, we may have worked together, but how dare you force your son on me? I am going to use all my powers, all my connections, and your little image with what you've done behind the click, Georgie.
Many. Yeah. I don't even know what's going on, but she saved someone, and what's his name? And Riff helped Stephen. They saved some person. There was someone trying to take him. I'm not really sure what's going on. I have to go get a drink.
And she was like, wait, and I think like this is like she hears Riff's door slam. She just like rubs her temples. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it is. Where's the drink I gave you? I need some.
And she like is like, your stash of vodka is still in your room unless you've
Okay.
gotten through that.
How long has it been since last session in?
Oh, it's been like 2 days.
Oh no, I wouldn't drink it that fast. Probably half gone.
Yeah, and it's like I'll contact the rest of the team, and then Paige, Skip, we're all in. I think like this is like the team spa, and like Tammy is dressed in a large robe, sitting near like the steamer, like throwing like steam on it, and I think Scanline's TV has like this like maybe saran wrap on it to protect it from the steam or something to protect it. Probably something more technologically advanced than saran wrap, but because Miss Marvelous is rich. But you all are like surrounding Tammy, and Miss Marvelous is there in this one-piece bikini, and just signs like, I'm not sure if this team is ready to be dealing with what's going on.
You mean we're demons?
Look, we're TV stars. This thing has beaten the Fab Five before.
But you're saying we can't handle it?
No, what you're saying is this is a real threat to people. I mean, what are we doing here if we're not here to help people?
Yeah.
It's not that it's just a real threat. It's that I'm not sure if you all are ready.
I am a danger to the team.
No.
I mean, I know I'm just arrived, but We may be on TV, right? But I've been on TV my whole life. We can still do something about things, you know? This is a poor girl in need, and what looks better for the camera than being a real goddamn hero, you know?
Yeah, listen to Smooth Face.
Hear that, Miss Marvelous? Your sponsors are speaking.
Okay, and she's going to use her influence over Blaze. Your mom doesn't want you fighting in real fights. She doesn't believe you're ready.
I would like to resist that influence.
Okay. Roll
Wait, what? What's that? Are you changing?
yeah,
Like,
that's
maybe you do want to change. I don't know.
but she will just let you know she will be moving your mundane up and your danger down.
Okay. Yeah, I want to resist it because I want to fight
Yeah.
back against it.
Roll
basically.
a 2d6. No
That is a
modifier.
7.
Okay, and when you resist influence, on a 7 to 9, choose one.
I guess in this case, cancel influence and take +1 forward against them. Would that work?
Leandro, I think since she's an adult, she will always have influence over him, or can they?
Oh no, that's
You can take influence from anyone.
Okay,
Although, is
Yeah.
he taking that from Marvelous, or is he taking that from his mom? That's the question.
Marvelous, I think.
Because Marvelous is talking, but she's talking in the voice of his mom. So
I think
Fifi.
it would. I think it would be Miss Marvelous that you would be taking the influence from.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just make it easier and just say I will mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. And what I'll do to prove them wrong is I'll say, like, I'll blush, like Blaze blushes and sort of looks down for a second, and then looks straight back up again and says, like, now listen, I don't know about y'all, but I came here to help people. You know, even if it's on, I don't care if it looks good or if it looks bad. You know, that's my mom's deal, but between you, all y'all, this is our chance, you know? This is our chance to be more than just a picture on a pretty picture, you know?
yeah, it's interesting.
I'll look over at Blaze and sort of smile and
Yeah, and I think Karen, if you want to maybe activate one of your drives, standing up for Blaze, maybe helping a teammate when they're most in need.
Ah, crap! I forgot about those. Thank you. Yeah. I'll grab one of the voyeurs that's floating around and tell him, like, turn this thing on. All right.
Camera turns on.
No, you're right, Blaze. We have to stand up no matter what Miss Marvelous or her stupid sponsors want. We have to do what's right because we're superheroes, not just TV stars who are well paid and live in a pretty nice apartment. But that's not the point. We have people to help and kidnappings to stop.
And you see Tammy look up. It's like, if they don't stand up for people like me, who will? Camera zooms in, and I think they'll edit in something, Tammy rescue victim, and like just more subtitles as they just like stream by, and of course up next on MTV, watch The People's Choice.
it is very brave of you to say this, Blaze. Very brave. But Miss Marvelous might have a point. This is not some monger. This is much more dangerous. And he is coming for me. I endanger you.
What was that, Leandro?
Sorry, that was my internet's fritzing. I think Skyline kind of like, as you're kind of saying that, just kind of stands up and is like, then we'll step up. That's what we do. We're heroes. We step up to the challenge, even if it looks insurmountable. We're not going to abandon a fellow hero. Okay?
Also, he didn't come for you. He came for her. You're fine. You're not a danger to us, so stop thinking that.
And
I'll look
are you
over at
comforting and supporting Fleer?
Which
Yeah, I
one?
think so.
Yeah, many.
I mean, we both are.
I think Minnie is. This is a rare time Minnie's showing humanity. I want him to roll.
Yeah.
Mundane is actually good. Comfort and support, right?
Yes.
Plus mundane.
Yeah. That needs plus. Oh, and influence. So 5, 6. Do I have influence over you? I think I do. And yeah, 7.
Okay. So I believe that means
They mark potential clearer condition or shift labels if they open
If
up
they
to
open
you.
up.
yeah.
You're not a danger to us.
And I think that you'll see me kind of like there's almost a tear in my eyes. I just run over there and just throw my arms around you. And thank you. And I'm going to mark potential.
He's a little shocked.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Miss Marvelous, I think like there is like this beeping from her Nokia. She checks the text. And it's like, well, if you all are going to be a team like this and going to fight bigger threats, we need to start smaller. There's a ruckus downtown at a political rally led by Rodrigo Cruz.
It's not super heroic. That's politics.
He's being attacked by, well,
Oh,
remember Miss Living Dead Girl?
oh yes, we
He's
can go
back.
there. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, and I think like the voyeur has been catching everyone's action, and then like it starts so it's like and like the hero names will come up like coming soon, or coming up next episode is this, and because like it's gonna then like cut to commercial, then so you guys can get to the scene.
Wait, we have a brief. We could totally use him.
And I'm gonna ask Fleer, do you feel it's okay to ask Riff to use his powers after such a trying incident? You may be able to save more people if you get there faster.
Doesn't need to come with us. Just send us there.
He has to come into his own power. We should ask. We cannot demand.
And then so yeah, you get you go up to his room, Fleer, and he's sort of like just curled up and not walking back and forth exactly, but just sort of like staring at his record collection, like trying to decide what to play.
Stephen, are you
Okay.
all right?
He's coming back for us. I don't
What
want
does
to
everyone
go back.
think that? He didn't come back for you. He didn't come back for her. He came back for the random new girl.
If he gets more people, he'll find a way to get those who escaped.
But that's what you have us for. So stop boring. We need your help.
Are you going to allow this talk to...
Mandy, no. Please. Stephen, you do not have to help us. But every time you try, every time you stand up to him, you will be stronger. And one day we will be strong enough to stop him for good.
I don't... What if he's tracking me by my powers? I don't want to use them again.
If you use them well, train against him. And use them against him. Cut him in half. I heard that's what you can do. Imagine that.
I don't think he tracks you by your powers. But if he comes, you can fight him. Georgie is right.
Okay. So
I think we're provoking him.
I think no. For this, he is going to do it, but he's in a very fragile state. And Minakulo, you hurt an innocent by pushing him to do this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's good. I mean, that's not good. That's good.
But yeah, but he opens up the portal. You guys can see on the other side like several people running away from this fight. He's getting you close to this. I think it's Centennial Park where this is going on, and you all step through. And I need to take a 5-minute break to use the bathroom and do some stuff, and we will get into the combat with the Zeitgeist and their newest member, Dipolar, when we return.
I think I missed the part where Zeitgeist was here. Someone could
Oh
bring
no,
me up
you
to
got
speed.
you guys like said like we're gonna fight as a team, we're gonna do stuff. Miss Marvelous got a beep on her Nokia, and it's like if you're gonna fight, let's at least start small. And the Zeitgeist are attacking Rodrigo Cruz's political rally.
Awesome. I have to say, I'm liking masks so far. It's a pretty cool system.
Thank you, and I'm glad you do.
It's my
I
favorite.
really like Blaze.
Yeah, I'm sorry for leaning into the cornball slightly, but I figure nobody else is cornball, right? So uh, it seems the most appropriate sort of factor to play in. And again, I apologize for my gross caricatures of an American accent.
It's pretty darn good.
As a Southerner myself, I really do not feel insulted by it. It does not feel like the usual, like, this is the stupid American accent that a lot of people put on.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to do Cletus from The Simpsons, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of English who do the Scarlett O'Hara end of it.
Old
but Red, what will I do?
Yeah.
Where will I go? What will I do? Yeah, the accent that I wish I could do is Hank Hill from King of the Hill, but I just cannot catch that.
Okay, so I think you all arrive from Rift's teleportal, and he closes it behind you after you guys get there, and you see like Rodrigo Cruz up on this stage that's been set up in Centennial Park, and you see like these guards shooting at Necromanticula, these bodyguards, and she's just, she's being pushed back just because like the impacts, but they don't seem to be having any effect on her. And like she even like they stop to reload, and she just begins laughing and coughs up a bunch of bullets onto the ground. But Minakulo, you see someone that you actually recognize, an anti-hero from the 50s who was known to protect the Asian areas of the Nashville and the gay community. And I want to ask, did Minakulo ever go to a gay bar?
No, probably not. I mean, and again, I was often hungry, so
Okay, so I think this is someone you've heard about from the community since you've come back. Like, the Dandy Rose is back in action, but he's an old,
gotcha.
he looks like he's in his late to mid 60s at best, but he's like Slade Wilson, fighting fit with a fuck ton of weapons on him. He has, I call it a panoply.
But
and
and again was anti-hero, but was a vigilante on the side of good, at least according to his comics or whatever.
yeah, he's basically like dead. Like, he's an anti-hero because the American government was against him. Like, he was protecting the gay community, he was protecting the Japanese and Asian communities back when it was okay to be rude and aggressive to them.
Right.
Yeah, and like, he fought the police who were doing beat downs, and he was Stonewall before Stonewall.
Gotcha. Not like the liberated 90s.
No, and he's turned full villain since the AIDS crisis in the 80s sort of demonized the LGBT community.
Gotcha.
But I think like you see him like walking up to Rodrigo Cruz, like there's this flash of purple or indigo light in his hands, and suddenly there are two short swords. And I think Scanline, you notice this one average-looking African-American man who is standing, like, he's not running with the audience, and he sees your TV screen. He smiles, then his eyes roll back in his head. He falls over, and Athena shoots out of his head in full regalia, her wings spread. But Hive is nowhere to be seen. Yet, you see these three at the moment: Necromanticula closest to Rodrigo Cruz, Dandy Rose coming up behind her, Athena having sprouted to rout the crowd. And I need to ask, who's the team leader? As I add one team to your pool of 4 for this session that carried over from last session. For a pool of total of 4.
Well, Karen has been our leader.
I think in this case, though, it's Fleur, because that's like her thing.
Or
I sort
is
of
it
think of that,
Blaze? Or is Blaze taking the lead this time?
I mean, I feel like there's two ways that it would go for Blaze, right? And one of them is taking a step back and letting the team lead the way for him in his first mission.
Yeah.
But the other one is he's been doing this his entire life, right? And it's jumping straight into the thing and trying to, but it's whether or not everybody else.
Yeah, but this is not dealing with the Taker, so I don't think this is like Fleer's fight. So I would suggest Karen or Blaze or Chiron, since you're in battle.
I will say that obviously from a meta perspective, it's much better if it's Chiron because Blaze has no influence over anybody else and so forth. But I think maybe like the narrative tension between us all would be better if maybe it was my character sort of like just taking it for granted that he'd be the leader of the team and sort of flying ahead and giving out orders and things.
And just to be able to give you a no powers and not nearly enough training, Chiron, I think Miss Marvelous has given you a piece of basically Lex Luthor tech. It's can be like a Nokia phone that calls in like the super voyeur, perhaps, or some kind of scrambling device, if you like, if you want, that is.
Yes, definitely. I'm just trying to grasp the theme.
She's basically Batman, so just think of like a utility item that she would like a grappling hook, a quiver of special arrows, perhaps.
Gotcha.
I'm actually going to confess I'm not 100% clear on that. Like one of the things I haven't grokked about the system is the importance of the leader. So I will leave it to the team to decide. I would just say, and I will follow.
Okay.
The in-game importance is the move.
Oh, sorry, and I couldn't hear you, Tyler.
I said, as an example, just as the importance of who's the leader is just for the move, because the move says if the leader has blah blah blah. It's not actually a thing.
Yeah. The leader,
you guys vote basically, and
I think we have plenty of team pool left over from last time, and most of the benefit of the perfect team leader is getting more pool. So I think it's cool for like Chiron turns around to give like the silent glance to the other two, like we're a team and we're gonna go in there. The other three, we're a team. We're gonna go in this together. And so she's turning around to like lead the charge. I think Blaze has just already gone forward.
Yeah, come on,
yeah,
guys.
Like Blaze did do like that wonderful speech as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did the speech.
Yeah, so let's you do not have influence over everyone, so you don't gain an extra team there. What is your purpose, Blaze, in this fight?
To take down the bad guys with my new team.
Is this with what everyone else is basically doing?
Yeah.
Oh, Minnie.
No,
Minnie, why are you?
It's hilarious. It's like the purpose in this time is I want what's her name?
Tammy or
No,
Necromanticula?
Necro something.
Necromanticula.
Yeah, I want her number.
Oh God, you cad. Does any team member mistrust the leader or the team?
I
don't like him.
The leader.
I don't like him.
Okay, so you will all, and I think you all are prepared for this because you got there quite in time. No one's being held hostage, nothing like that. So you are all at 3 team right now. And I'll say, since Blaze is charging in, I think like the panel focuses on Blaze. So what are you doing?
Who is the? Oh, wait, let me have a quick look at the moves. There's assess the situation, isn't there?
Yeah, that could work really well.
Yeah, I will roll assess the situation. Like I've sort of flown straight up, like into get an aerial view of the thing, and I'm about to I'm hovering in the air, about to make my decision, right? So I'll assess the situation.
Gotcha. Roll for it.
That is a 8. So I will ask, what here is in the greatest danger?
Um, ooh, I think that is Rodrigo Cruz at the moment.
Oh yeah, who I had an encounter with earlier, right? So
Yes,
cool. Well,
you did.
if I will swoop down to defend Rodrigo, but I don't know if perhaps other people want to take their turn now, or if it's appropriate for me
I
to do
think
it.
like you I think you stand up and maybe you shout out. It's like a protect the politician and start flying down at Necromanticula as like the others act.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think hmm who I think the the panel focuses on Chiron and her bow and arrow at the moment. And you see Athena taking flight, maybe trying to stop Blaze. You see the Dandy Rose with his swords. You see Necromanticula coughing up a lot of bullets, a lot of lead.
All right, it's just the three of them.
3 of them that you can see right now. And well, Jason is on the ground, as Athena is flying out of his head, or out in real life right now.
I think I'm gonna run forward towards Dandy Rose. I think it's sort of like traveling a couple of arrows shot at him. I imagine he dodges around them pretty easily, and so it's gonna get up into close combat using the bow as sort of a staff thing.
Are you provoking him, perhaps?
Let me see. Yeah, I like that.
Gotcha. Roll for it.
So yeah, as I come up, I'm just taunting him about you can't keep up with me, old man. We are fresh, we are fabulous, we are on TV, and you can't even hope to keep up with us. That's what, superior?
That's superior.
Oh, goody. It's 8 plus 2 is 10.
Yeah, so I think you fire one arrow, he blips out of existence, comes back in, but you're shooting another arrow right where he's about to be. He has to blip out of existence, and he keeps teleporting. But by the time he can react, you're up close, and you just swing and hit him with the bow, and he hears your words. It's I may be old, but I can take on a upstart like you. On guard! And he rises to the bait, and you are fighting Dandy Rose.
Sweet.
Yeah, and Scanline, your father's in trouble. What are you doing?
Well, currently it seems like most of the villains aren't actually on him at the moment.
Correct. They're heading towards him, or were.
Yeah, because Athena's going up in the air, Necromantica is coughing up bullets, and Dandy Rose is kind of focused on Chiron. So I think what Scanna is going to do is that she sees her dad. What's her dad doing?
Your dad is trying to get away, but that's when you notice these two, from Centennial Park has some statues, and you see these 2 huge metal statues come down, rise in the air, and slam down beside the stage, blocking his exit. As walking, and you turn, and you see this, the pictures and the NPCs, but this guy dressed in black with a mask, uh, holding his hands, clenching the statues as he starts making them move towards your father. And this is Dipolar's entrance.
Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I've modified my arm this time. I don't have to throw it the entire the entire arm. So he hasn't noticed me yet. I hope. So
He may have noticed you, but he's not focused on you.
yeah, and I can't really do a catchy one-liner because I'm a TV. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raise out my arm, which is cobbled together like mannequin parts and metallic bits and whatnot. Just turn to a fist and shoot it out because I've turned converted to a rocket fist.
Yes, my favorite Gundam move. So you think this is unleashing your powers
Um,
or directly engaging?
I think it's directly engaging. I'm trying to at least punch him in the face from a bit of a ways away.
Gotcha. Roll it.
All right. Hmm. That's oh dear. That's a 6.
Does anyone want to spin team and help?
I guess since I said defend Rodrigo, right, and that is what she's doing. Perhaps it'd be appropriate for Blaze to spend team and help. Like,
And how do you do this?
I think so. I'm sorry. What was it, Leander? Just what was it? Directly engage or protect?
Directly engage.
Directly engage. Maybe what Blaze does is like maybe he handles the statues, right? Like he crashes down in front of the statues and puts himself in between Rodrigo, and that Dipolar recognizes that energy signature and recognizes Kid Blaze, and that throws him off balance just long enough for give.
I think the pan he's like he like stops controlling one statue and he's controlling one and he's holding out his palm against the metal fist and like holding it back. Then he sees you land to the moving statue. His eyes go wide.
Yeah.
So bumps you up to a 7, and I'm going to be foolhardy and take something from them, which is their attention. So what happens when they get punched is like the fist kind of stops, ungrasps, and starts covering them in the face.
But I think that's when like you don't. So you do receive a blow, and
Get a blow.
oh, I think like what you see, your dad's using your missing status as a platform to run his campaign. You're taking an emotional blow.
Ooh. Can I just take a condition? All right, I'll roll.
Yeah, I think maybe that. Do you want to take a powerful blow, or would that just be a condition? I'm not.
It's up to you. Like powerful blow can be emotional, sure. Yeah, but it's up to you.
I think it is just a condition. I think that this is maybe guilty.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like
Or
I think it might be a bit more angry.
yes, that's fine with me.
Yeah. Because I don't think Cassandra thought of the ramifications of it, but she's angry that her image is being used like that.
Yeah. And this is when Fleer, you see that Athena has reached her nadir, and she focuses her shield up at the sun, like reflecting this beautiful rainbow. And you can tell that these are like laser beams, and she starts directing them at the crowd. What do you do?
Oh, all right. I see her up there doing that as I look back over, and Jason's just lying there, isn't he?
Yes.
And you'll see this sort of gleam in my eye as this sort of shadowiness rises over it as I walk over to him, and as I reach out, that shadow leaches towards him, and I am doing my infinite what is it? Yes.
Infinite
powers.
Yeah.
And I am taking power negation as I wrap Jason up in power negation.
Oh, roll your freak, I believe, because you are definitely changing the landscape.
Alrighty. Check my freak again real quick, which should be pretty good. It is pretty good. It's a 2. So, come on, baby. Oof. That's a
Ooh.
6. Anybody got some help? No help? Oh, then I fail. And I took a doom by using that power.
You can use the
Struggling to
voyeur
figure out
for
how I
help
could
if-
help here. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can use the voyeur to help if you think you can figure out how.
Yeah, like like if anyone wants to use a voyeur to help, like you can spend one team and say like what the voyeur is doing. Like maybe for an example, like maybe it's putting in a camera into like a large TV here and showing Jason like, that would just get Athena's attention though. So
I mean,
They're weird dupe aliens with weird dupe cameras. There's some sort of, these are like laser beams coming down. Could it do some sort of like big flash with the camera that disrupts these lasers in an area?
definitely
Send
could.
them away for a second.
Or you could just be throwing them in the path of the lasers.
They're cheap. Are they alive?
They're not alive exactly.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
think they're probably sort of alive.
they're controlled by a hive mind. Well, it's nebulous.
Yeah.
If someone wants to do that, they can. But or this can be
It could be a fail.
because
What
I
do we
know
think?
what'll happen on the fail. And Athena, like the rainbows stop, and she sees that you're going for Jason, and you hear Athena speak for the first time, and it is like this proper, very well articulated speech, like, "You foul spawn, touched by the hand of the tainted, I am purity defined, and you shall not take my husband!" And her wings explode into these prismatic feathers, which shoot down and lift Jason up away from your power negation. But as like you're caught like looking at this, you look up just in time to see her shield smash into your body and fling you away from the fight for the moment.
Oh, ouchie. Is this a fail up? Do I get a potential when I fail?
Yes.
I go flying across with a squeak, I suppose, as I am not particularly tough at the moment.
Yeah, this isn't a powerful blow. I'm just saying, like, it'll be a while. Like, you need to get back into the fight. Yeah. And Minnie, you see that Necromanticula has finally stopped coughing up the bullets, and it's like, oh yeah, let's finish this off, motherfuckers.
Indeed, let's finish this off. Next time we meet, there has to be ice cream.
Do I know you?
I even dressed up especially for you. See, zombies. And I start splitting into more me's to try and surround her as they all jump for the punch from all directions.
Yeah, directly engage if that's what you're doing.
Yeah,
Or are you using your move to mislead, distract, or trick? Or
No, I'm trying to hold her down because I remember she's pretty unstoppable. I think it's directly engaged. So let's do the 6 plus danger. Wish I had influence over her. Come on. Oh. 8. Yeah, that's an 8.
Okay. So pick your one choice, and remember, she is super strong.
I remember. I want to take something from her. I want to take her ability to move. I want her to have a bunch of me's holding her down, and they're all might be weaker, but there's so many that might be able to do it.
I think it's like each one weighs as much as you do normally.
Yeah.
Right? To keep your, yeah,
So
and it's
there's
like
a bunch of them.
it's like she's just, and then she sees your hat. It's like, oh, don't mind if I do. and just bites into the forehead of one of your selves, and just you feel these powerful teeth just and it's a Mortal Kombat style sound as you take a powerful blow. Roll
Yeah.
plus your conditions.
Yeah, I don't think I have conditions, right?
I think you have insecure.
Oh, I still do. I need low. I did not get low. 9.
Okay, and
7 to 9. Lash out. Provoke a teammate. Give ground. Struggle best to pain. I think I'm gonna lash out.
okay.
I'm gonna provoke a teammate to full hardy action.
Ooh, who are you invoking?
The new guy, Blaze. I'm gonna
Nice.
tell him, aren't you supposed to be super strong? Go against the goddess. Punch her.
I've got this. This is like a kiss. Go, go,
As
go.
one of me basically dies, like get crunch and disappears.
Yeah, and the others are like growing a bit, I think.
Yeah.
But she's trapped now, and she can't reach any of you, and it's trying to throw you off. But yeah.
Technically, I'm supposed to throw provoke in order to get him to do it, but I'm not sure I have to.
Oh no, with this you're giving him a condition. That's what your provoking does, because you're lashing out verbally with the powerful blow.
No, you can do either provoke or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition.
Oh,
It's
let's see.
I try to provoke him to do something stupid, like
Or yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I see. Sorry. So yeah.
So what is it you're provoking me to do?
punch the
Athena.
goddess.
Yeah.
But I
Athena.
will roll. You might be able to get something out of it. That's superior, and I don't think I have influence. I do have influence.
Everyone has influence over me.
That's true. Let's see how much I get, because I might be able to get some 3. Wait, 3 plus no, that's just a 6. I fail. So
But you get +1 for having influence over me in the first place.
yeah,
That was the +3.
Oh, I see. So okay, cool. Well, yeah, Blaze just doesn't hear you even over the sound of the combat, I guess.
Yeah, and
You
then
could-
I think
You could spend the influence to get an extra +1.
Oh yeah, you could.
Yeah. Do you want to get rid of your influence over me and
I
surrender
don't really
it?
care about influence over you. You're not.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have influence over. So yeah, I'll add another one.
So if they do it, do they
So
add it
if
to
you do it, add a team. Yeah, that's what
Gotcha.
I choose. So because I think he'll do it. So, but we'll see.
Okay. So, I think I accept his influence because why not, right? Let's see how that works.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you see Athena like set like her wings have like set up like this prismatic shield around Jason's body, and she's like gently caressing his forehead, and then I think like she looks like in the back of her shield and sees you rising up and turns violently, drawing this like she reaches into what looks like a sword hilt, but somehow pulls out a Spartan spear. And you are engaging Athena.
Yeah,
Punch her,
I mean,
punch her.
I guess the only interpretation of that is to directly engage her, right? Because that's what he was pushing me to do, provoking me to do. So I will directly engage a threat, which is a 10.
Ooh, finally, thank you, Room. Choose 2.
So what I would like to do is to resist or avoid their blows. And I would also like to take something from them. And I think that what I take is, I land, Blaze, like the spear comes in, and Blaze just basically like, snatches it as it comes past him and then punches her with a left hook and sends her flying backwards. And as she flies backwards, he looks down at Jason and he scoops up the body. And he flies over to where Chiron landed because he clocked that she was trying to go for him. So he's taking something valuable, taking something from them.
The thing that with the miss that got to do a villain move, she has protected Jason with her shield. You will have to break the shield to get Jason.
So maybe rather than take something from them, what I do is impress the opposition. You know.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I think like this is Dandy Rose is keeping an eye on this while parrying a lot of Chiron's blows. But like the fact that you're not like breaking through the shield and pummeling Jason is probably very impressive to these villains who feel like the society is rejecting them.
But no, yeah, I totally wouldn't beat the hell out of an unconscious man. Right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Even if it does take his wife out of the combat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Chiron, you are dueling and keeping your ground against one of the best martial artists. This is fucking impressive. What are you doing now?
Naturally. So while we're fighting, I'm just like needling him and asking him, and I'm like, "Why are you out here? You were a champion for people. You were a hero for so long, and now what? You're with these fame hogs to beat people up on camera? Is that all you care about anymore?"
Ooh.
And I'm trying to say, let's see. For my no powers not nearly enough training, I took marvelous meta manacles. And so I'm trying to distract him enough to get one of these around his wrists and like cut off his powers.
Ooh.
Sounds like directly engage.
You're
It
either
works.
directly engaging or piercing the mask, looking for an opportunity.
I think directly engaging. I think that
Gotcha.
leans into the no powers move.
Yeah. Roll your danger.
Plus mundane because of my thing here.
Ooh, even better.
6 + 1 is 7.
Gotcha.
And so let's see, directly engage, 7, pick 1. Take something from him, his powers.
Yeah, so I think you slap the manacles on him, and he was just about to teleport behind you, but you slam them on, and it's like blip, poof, and he sort of jolts before you, looks down, it's like, oh, so we're serious now, and he strikes a capoeira pose, slams down on his hands, and handspring kicks you up in the jaw.
Ah!
And let me check the. I need to see the MC moves real quick because I don't want to keep doing powerful blows. I think I'll do one of Dandy Rose's custom moves. He has put you. I think he's launched you in the air. It's not enough to like you'll be able to land perfectly if you land, but he sets you up for Athena to attack. Unless can Scanline or Mini help? Well, I think Scanline is dealing with dipolar as Chiron's launched in the air.
I think I will yell then. Flair, come on, use all your powers.
Ooh, are you?
I'm flung from the battle site, though. I don't know if I can hear.
I think you're coming. Like I'm skipping you right now because you're coming back in. So yeah, I think after this deal with Scanline, it can be Flair's turn.
Surely Many has many people, right? So he can do many things at once.
He
True.
could, but they keep getting smaller and smaller.
Yep.
I could help, like if someone needs
Ooh,
it.
maybe you get so small, like when Necromanticulus being flinging you around, trying to let you let the momentum carry you off and like ground Chiron before Athena can get to her.
Maybe like two of the ones that are on her kind of look and split farther and start running to like jump and catch her, and like they start climbing on each other in order to reach.
Oh, that's so cute! I love it.
Yes, it's horrible. He does not want to see that in the cameras later. But sure,
Yeah.
I'll try to save her on the side while I'm holding her, and
defending or using your powers, you think?
I think it's defend because I'm defending someone, but she's not. Is she under direct threat?
Pretty
Immediate
much, yeah.
So if it's immediate threat, I guess it's defense.
Yeah, I think like Athena's flying in at me, isn't she?
Yes.
Because Athena was currently with Blaze, wasn't she? But I guess not good enough. Blaze, you need to be faster. Anyway, that's 8 plus -1 is 7, and I think I have flats over you. I do. So that's an 8. I save you, at least. And I will clear that stupid condition that I still have.
Okay. Do you expose yourself to danger or?
Oh, right. I need to. Yeah, I'll expose myself to danger because I could probably take the heat because there's so many of me.
I think we've lost Ferret.
Oh, right. He froze.
Oh no!
Yeah. Ferret froze.
Okay, all right. Where are the masters now? Okay.
So Blaze just beats everybody up, and we all go home for drinks and
Blaze
cocktails. Yeah.
Oh, when you beat everyone up, I thought you meant like also the heroes, and this is where he turns into a villain.
Oh yeah, entirely.
He's now Inferno or something like that.
I've sat in the shadow of my mother for far too long. I am going to stand up for myself. I am now Fury rather
I
than
don't care
Blaze.
whatever you guys do. I want that stupid zombies number. That's the point in this fight.
Yeah, fair.
Welcome
So,
back.
Yeah.
so
Sorry.
Blaze
Wait,
is a
wait.
villain.
I got her number.
I'm sorry. My internet hiccuped. So, what is the choice that
Yeah.
Minnie picked for escalating the situation, or?
I expose myself to danger because I could probably take it. Because even if she punches one of me and destroys it, it just I can't die so easily.
Mhm. So did you? Okay. See, I think Necromanticula finally.
There's a bunch of me still on Manticular, while a bunch of me run to try and save her. But yeah, that's probably weaker now, so she might be able to get away.
I think she just stomps the ground, opening up, creating a small earthquake and shaking you off. But you save. Athena zooms past as you pull Chiron down, and Athena stops, and I think turns really quickly, looks confused, and she is marking one condition, and her move now is the prismatic shield around Jason disappears. She flies over, scoops him up, and flies into the sky.
I think as I'm being handed down this pile, I'm just going, "Thank you, Minnie. Thank you, Minnie. Thank you, Minnie. Thank you, Minnie."
So yeah,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So yeah, Scanline, you and Dipolar are now.
Yeah, so my
engaged.
hand will be on his face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm kind of move goes kind of like, hey, you're polar opposite, aren't you?
I don't use that name anymore. And I think the hands put its palm on his mouth, or his mask, and pushing it into his mouth.
You might want to be more legible. You're on TV. We only know he is polar opposite, and I think her screen kind of shows pictures of him in his prime getting beat up by the first Blaze.
Are you provoking someone?
I'm provoking him to embarrassment, I guess. I'm just making sure his attention stays with me because he's got ferrokinesis powers, and it's fun to poke fun at him.
It might be directly engaged because you're trying to hurt him, just not physically. I don't know. Just saying.
Or changing up the landscape with your freak by using your powers.
Yeah.
I think provoking's the best.
Provoke
one,
sounds
personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to get them to start just not doing anything but ranting. I can feel he's got a monologue in him.
So provoking monologue. There you go.
Yeah, so all right. Let's hope this works. No, it does not.
And there's
How
no
much
real
armor?
It's a
uh
4.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I'm facing someone who I only just looked at his stat. He also has technopathy powers.
Yeah, but he has a very, very special power, techno invisibility.
Oh shit.
He blinks out of your sight. You can feel him in front of you as he punches your TV screen, punches you back, pushes you forward, and you feel this mind in your head. And it's like, oh, you're made of electricity too. Have a migraine, and your screen begins staticking. Take a powerful blow.
Cool. At least I have a move where I can notice if I had 2 fewer conditions marks, or I just +0 to that. Oh, thank God, that's a 6. Anyway,
Woo! How do you overcome this?
and it's like, and I think it's kind of like, I think it's, yeah, he pours in that electricity, but he's a conductor. It's a conduit. It's a two-way street, and it's like, buddy, and I think you can hear the static voice, but buddy, you may dine in electricity, but I live in it, and I just pour electricity back. Yeah.
Ooh, and I think like this overloads his techno invisibility, and he like your hand like I think like the final thing is like he falls backward, and your hand like things up like back towards you, like maybe flicking him off.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fleer, you arrive back. You see Athena flying off, and Necromanticula has thrown Minnie off and is about to leap towards Rodrigo.
Okay. Then seeing her over there. All right. I'm going to move closer, but I won't get into exact range as I look across, and there's this sort of blackish haze and a red flashing in my eyes as I am going to mark another doom, and I am going to do illusions along with my memory manipulation and have her see that she's already killed Rodrigo and she's going to believe she has, and it's time to get out of here.
Okay,
sorry,
roll with your
provoke.
freak, or is that provoke?
I think it's provoke. It's
Could be a provoke unless you think it's the important. I suppose the important tension is it my powers I'm doing are the result of the powers?
I think this is the result of the powers. This is a
And that would be
provoke.
provoke. All right.
like, do you want her to do something, or do you want to change reality? You want her to leave, basically.
Or you could be defending because you're making her not punch.
Right, that's also defending and is indirect threat.
Yeah, but I think I'm provoking. I'm wanting to get the reaction of her wanting to leave. She's done what she's supposed to do. Get the hell out.
Gotcha.
So, okay. All right. So, provoke coming off of superior. Ugh, God, I'm awful with that. I'm not awful, but I ain't good at it. Bloody hell. All right, roll it up. That's a 7.
Okay, so
All right.
Oh, you see like jump up and like your powers flash, and she throws a punch and it misses, and Rodrigo goes like steps back. Like, that's what you see, but she sees she's killed him, and her eyes go wide. She looks down at her fists like, no, not again. I'm in control. I'm in control. Fuck, not again. Oh, God. You gain influence over Necromanticula.
Interesting. Thank you. Interesting. Super cool result.
Yeah. Can one of my many ask her, is everything okay? As he's still like kind of holding on.
And yeah, she like sets Minnie down. And like you can see that she's crying, and it's and Minnie can smell that it's like formaldehyde scented tears. It's like, I'm not a monster. I'm not a fucking monster. And she like slams her hands down on the stage, but it doesn't crack. Like she launches herself up and back towards Dandy Rose.
Don't have to be. What the hell happened to her?
But yeah, and with the dipolar being marred with electricity, Dandy Rose's powers off, and Necromanticula throwing a fit. I think this is a very good time for Chiron to unload a lot of, or Chiron or Blaze, maybe a team-up attack.
I'd like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dandy Rose probably still has it together. So as Blaze is flying back in, I think he's trying to get the two of them out of there. And this is as I'm like finally getting back down to the ground from the Tower of Minis and like slapping one of them for where his hand ended up. But I pull out a couple of Glorpy arrows and I start firing at their feet to try and like lock them in place long enough for Blaze to come and take them out.
Good. So are you rolling with your freak, or like you're changing the environment?
No.
Yeah, unleash.
Oh,
Unleash powers, yeah.
Aren't you trying to take away their ability to leave?
Which could be like that's what the freak is. You're changing the ability of their. You're changing the environment. So I think. But let me read it just to make sure. To overcome an obstacle, which could be his movement, reshape your environment or extend your senses, or it could be directly engage. I also see it as
Yeah, I guess create an opportunity from directly engage. That's sort of what I'm going for.
okay. And you roll that with mundane, I believe.
No, I'm back to danger on that.
Ah, gotcha.
Too many tabs. That's a 4.
Well,
If enough of us help, we could do this.
yeah. I
think
mean, Blaze is helping by doing a team up, so I mean that could be an immediate +1. And
we only have one more pool though. So
no, you've gotten 3 because that defend and or no, the provoke, which added 1 to the pool because you did.
Oh, cool. So we've got 3. Sweet.
And I could give 2 if I do it illegally somehow.
You are in a park. You could like push over a statue or a monument or a.
Well, I mean, he's got like the people who the versions of himself that were holding necromantic there, right? He could just.
They're not longer holding, but yeah.
Yeah, but they could repurpose, right? You
Yeah,
know?
they could repurpose, but I have to do it illegally.
Like maybe like picking up like pieces of the broken statues that could have been fixed and flinging them at Dandy Rose to push him into the arrows.
Maybe taking some whole things as well, like pieces of cars, whatever I could get my hands on.
Oh, this is lovely, yes.
You'd see like 5 Mies kind of try to lift the car and throw it at Athena. One of the other strong ones.
Yeah.
Kind of like you see 10 of me or 20, like suddenly a completely fine car that was not in any way in danger, of course. That's +3.
Yeah, so you get a 7.
Wow. Then yeah, I will. What is it? Create an opportunity for Blaze.
And I think like what you see is I'm going to use the move, a different move, but you see like the arrows hit him, but he hugs Necromanticula, and like you're close enough to hear. It's like you're okay, you're fine, you're loved. We'll get through this. And then the arrows hit his legs and hit her legs, and she's just like, I'm scared. As Blaze streaks in.
And Blaze will be using the legacy move, the good fight, because he's going to pull his punches when directly engaging a threat. Because this is Dandy Rose. This is to Blaze and to many others, he's a hero, right, rather than a villain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he may be walking the wrong side of that line at the moment, but God knows he's got his reasons, right? So, yeah, he's going to roll plus savior for
Do it.
9. So I think what happens there is I create an opportunity for my allies.
Wait, can I help you? Could somebody help in this?
Yeah. Maybe. Oh. I know exactly how a voyeur could help. Getting that moment of pathos from the villains on film.
We are out
If
now, though, aren't we?
No,
I
because
think
he
we're out of
spent
team now, aren't
one.
we?
No, 'cause he's one team for +2 from him for Minnie.
Oh,
One team for Blaze. You have one left.
okay. So yeah, that's where that team goes then. Yeah, so I roll a 10 plus, and then I create an up. What I don't know what the best fit is here.
I'd say impress again, or like
I can't do that when I use
Oh.
my
Hmm.
special ability
Avoid
because
their
it's
blows,
pulling my
then.
punches.
I'd
Yeah.
say avoid their blows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I avoid their blows, and I take something from them or create an opportunity. Basically, whichever one you think would be the best to
Take
end their
Dandy
threats.
Rose's freedom.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, and you grab Dandy Rose. He pushes Necromanticula away, and you see like this tear in his eye. Run, get out of here! And Necromanticula like begins charging at Scanline. Shoves Scanline out of the way, grabs Dipolar, throws him over her shoulder, and just like does a Superman leap just far away. But Dandy Rose like places the manacles over Blaze's shoulders, like, I'll go willingly. You've captured me.
Well, all right, sir. You know, he lowers him to the ground, like shackles him to a nearby pole or something. You know.
And yeah, he's sitting down, like I'm caught. What's going to
Yeah,
happen? And
peaceful protester style.
yeah, and then like Rodrigo is like being dusted off, as was really shocked about Necromanticula. It's like, send him to jail. I demand the death penalty or life imprisonment.
Can I shoot my other hand at his?
Yes, you may. Or what? Yeah.
Isn't he your dad?
Yeah, I'm not happy with my dad.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, so just all right. So I guess I should roll. Should I roll to do this? Okay.
No,
No,
he's not super powered. You can just you're just shutting him up, like putting it over his mouth.
Yeah.
Would I not perhaps say that is maybe be the monster? When you frighten, intimidate, or cow others with your monstrous form, roll plus freak.
Yeah, and I don't know. I do have something specific with that move. Actually, okay, all right. Here's what I'll do. Yeah.
I mean, it may not be for any other character, but for this absolutely massively conservative xenophobe, right? It's your very existence is a.
And I see what he's doing. So I think what I'm gonna do is the hand is gonna clamp onto his mouth and drag him towards me. And I think this conversation is just. I think I'm gonna try my hardest to just whisper to him, so the conversation won't be picked up. But once he kind of gets close, and you can see it on a TV screen, and it's just like, Mr. Cruz, do you want to know where your daughter has gone? Well, if you knew anything about us, Mr. Cruz, you know that we have a vibrant fandom, and there's this wonderful magazine out there called Metamorphosis. And if you paid attention to anything we do, or any people who care about us, you'll know that your daughter has been writing for that magazine fairly regularly in the past 2 years. And like the screen kind of turns from static to a picture of Metamorphosis, scans of bylines and whatnot, and then ends with a picture of Cassandra. And I think she She has her hair is quite short. It's almost like formed around her rather heart-shaped face. And she just says, and Scanlan continues and says, maybe, just maybe, Mr. Cruz, that your daughter is missing because he probably doesn't like you. Oh no, 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 he doesn't give a fuck about you. Oh no, no, she hates you. Maybe that's just it, Mr. Cruz. Maybe she hates your entire existence and what you stand
Oh, yeah, you've hurt someone. Clear angry.
Maybe if she were here right now, hypothetically speaking, Mr. Goose, just hypothetically, if she were here right now, she'd say that your miserable existence has been nothing but agony for her and probably her mother, although she won't speak for herself because Cassandra is a nice girl. You know, she's nice. And she deserves better than someone like you.
Ooh,
It's kind of like tosses him away.
are you using that move? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
A monster. Well, let's see how this works. Well, I'm wrong, freak. Oh my god, that's a 12.
Ooh, yeah. So choose one.
I feel more like a monster afterwards.
Yeah. This time I will say you mark guilty.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and but yeah, he gets thrown. He runs away from Dandy Rose. He runs away from the scene. His bodyguards get him into a car, and I
For a
think
brief moment, the team sees the picture of Cassandra, and then it just cuts to black. And Scanlan just stands there.
yeah, and you will be taking Dandy Rose into custody, into your place. Uh, and I think like this is going to be a perfect time for like just PC and PC interaction. Like if people want to have a scene they would like to set after this battle, I'm fine to hear it.
So Dipolar just fled.
Dipolar was picked up by Necromanticula and dragged off from the
Okay,
fight.
cool. Because I was gonna do a Clarence, is that you? Kind of moment, but yeah. Cool. I think that the main drama here is really around Rodrigo Cruz and Scanline. So, I don't know if personally we need a post PC scene here, but I'd like to know if there's anything left over from that relationship.
I was thinking like you guys have taken Dandy Rose into custody, and this is like a PC and PC
Oh, I see.
interaction scene.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind a moment with Cassie. Cass. I think after we've gotten back, and because you're certainly one of the people I consider my closer friend in this group, and so I'll probably come up. Excuse me, are you all right?
I think there's a uncomfortable pause where Scanlan is just standing still there. And then you guys just hear, no.
I'll come up and kind of put my hand on your shoulder. You were very brave to tell him that.
I should have told him years ago. Before nods to actually, yeah, I think the picture of Cassie from his campaign is still there.
You are not responsible for what he is, only what you are, and what you are is wonderful.
She kind of looks down at herself, and what any of this is wonderful.
You are unique. You are special. And even if you do not see it yet, those of us who know you, we see it.
I think I'm gonna ask for the roll so I can figure out how to respond to this.
All right. So I'm attempting a comfort. All right, rolling with mundane, which is not my strong suit. Yeah. All right. So, come on. I rolled a 10.
So that means you can add a team to the pool yourself or clear a condition if you have any.
Mm-hmm. If you open.
I think Scanline just. I think she's not going to open up. I think her shoulders slump. You say, whatever you say, Fleer.
And I'll recognize that you need to be alone. And so I'll my hand will just kind of trail down your arm to your hand and give it a quick squeeze. I am always here for you. As I walk away.
You probably squeeze it like you got bits of metal and mannequin parts. Which I don't even know if she feels that. I have to think about that.
That's so sad.
Yeah, and Chiron, I think you I forgot about the previous scene, like the you using your arrows and your skills to take out a trained martial arts master could count as a very awesome stunt for your drives. If you
That's
would like.
true. I was amazing.
As always. I mean, the bar is set so high that you keep pushing it higher.
I'd like to get influence over Dandy Rose.
Okay. And I'm thinking like this is a good scene to have would maybe be Karen and Brett outside, like the room that Dandy Rose is trapped in. Like Miss Marvelous, of course, has a room that's anti-teleportation sealed, and the manacles are still on just to be sure.
Do we privately imprison our enemies? Is that what?
No,
are
he's
we
being
like
held.
Flash?
He's being held for like the super prisoners to come, like the super prison to come and get him. But like, and like, she's powerful. She has enough clout with the government. It's like, I'm not going to work with war criminals. You can trust me to at least hold them for 24 hours.
Not yet, anyways.
Yeah, I think you two are. If we would like a scene like you two outside the door, and unless you had a scene you would like to set up somewhere else.
So I had two scenes that I would like to do, and one of them is with Many, and one of them is with Chiron. And this seems like a perfect one for Chiron.
Gotcha. Cool.
So I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. I didn't think, rich girl. You got the moves, kid.
I'm not rich. I'm not a girl. Not a kid. But I am impressive.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. All right. I see what you're saying. I mean, anyways, I think we got the makings of a good team here.
I think you're not as much of a disaster as you could have been. I mean, first mission out and we captured Dandy Rose. I mean, it's Dandy Rose in there. The Dandy Rose.
It's Dandy Rose, man. I mean, God.
It's whatever. I'm cool. It's cool. It's just another day,
Yeah. You gonna get his autograph? I'm gonna get his autograph.
Well, not when any of the lawyers are around, but I mean, it's at least get him to sign my bow or something.
Yeah, it's Dandy Rose, man. God damn.
So, flying, yeah, that's wow. Must be a thing.
Yeah, happy to take you whenever you want.
No, that's not what I wasn't angling for. I'm just saying, some of us stuck on the ground, we have to make do, the slower way.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. I mean, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I couldn't fly until I was 12. Mama always said that I should be doing this by now, but ever since then I gotta say I ain't walked the city block, Uh but I gotta say I'm real impressed. Real impressed. We did great, I couldn't have done it without you.
Well, as long as you keep recognizing the truths like that, maybe we can make this team work. We'll say you do bring in some more attention, and I mean, I'm not here for the fame. I don't want you to get confused, but the more attention we get, the more people are listening to what we're saying or looking at what we're doing. We can really reach more people than any hero ever has with this sort of show.
Yeah, and I'd say, are you guys going for a team victory move? Perhaps.
think
We're
so.
trying for a triumphant celebration, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
You already have influence over me.
So you get to shift his labels.
Oh, neat. Okay. Let's see. I think I want to take your. I think I want to take your superior down and your mundane up.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I take influence over you, correct? Because we're both sharing triumphant celebration.
Read the
What
uh,
move
beacon.
say?
Yeah, mine's actually a different move.
Okay.
So share triumphant celebration with someone. Tell them how they're awesome and add a team to the pool. I think flying's pretty
Okay.
cool.
Cool. Okay.
If you tell me how I'm awesome in return, add another team to the pool, which
Which he did.
I think you sort of did, yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, for sure.
I think the sort of end of the scene, or nearing the end, Dandy Rose opens the slot in his door. It's like, if you two are done, you can kiss now. That's the thing that usually happens at this point.
But there was nothing.
I've lived 60
yeah.
years plus. I have not seen this much sexual tension in a long time.
Just because he's wearing very tight. I haven't even looked at what he's wearing. What are you talking about?
She's in the Olympics. Very flexible.
It's
Thank
true.
you,
It's
sir.
nothing to do with this situation, but I was an Olympian. He's not wrong.
Close the thing on his face.
And I think he just he smiles you kids are actually better than I thought. Kudos. And he'll slide the thing shut.
And Blaze will pull out a little notebook and slide it under the door for a signature from Dandy Rose.
Well, he's handcuffed.
Yeah, and does he? I don't think he has a pin unless you're giving him one.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, seems like the stupid thing that a teenager would do.
Yeah,
Why
so
not,
I think,
indeed.
yeah, I think you get your signature, but you don't get the pin back.
Yeah.
And you had a scene you wanted to do with Minnie, I believe.
I did have a scene I wanted to do with Minnie. And what I'd like to do with Minnie is do the opposite. The same move, but the opposite. So share a triumphant celebration with someone, but I don't see them as an equal. So what I share with Minnie is yeah, what was that you were saying? Handle the goddess? I think I handled that goddess pretty goddamn well, don't you think?
And if I may, I think the panel goes to Minnie, and that woman from Opryland has come to the base with her party supplies.
Oh yeah, I probably on the way to to my room with her basically, and I'm like, yeah, you did. And I just keep mocking. Totally ignoring him. Not into guys.
Yeah. It'd be nice if I've heard the saying that many hands make a load lighter. But so far, all I'm seeing is many hands just getting in the way of each other.
These hands are going in the way of something else. And I just like totally ignore him. As I like walk here upstairs. But I would like to have a scene with Miss Marvelous.
Okay.
If possible.
Yeah.
Later.
And I think, like, Miss Marvelous is like seeing this woman out. It's like, Minnie. Stop bringing groupies here. I'll start paying hotel fees. I really don't care.
Yeah, she sees me with the glasses again, like out of the whole shebang stuff that he usually is in. And I'm like, is there a way and we can contact that group? What was their name? The
Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist? I mean, that kid one day, remember that he tried to get them to fight us?
She, Grimace is like, the only one of them I knew of, I haven't even fought him before, was Dandy Rose. These others, Dipolar's agent, well, his awards are now fused permanently to him. He's not in any real condition to do much anything. And
I mean, the kid contacted them. There has to be a way.
go. That kid, Karen punched him. Go, maybe
No,
see
I
if
punched
Karen. No, the kid you punched in the nut. Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
he paid them money in order to
Yeah.
get them to his party. So.
Well, we can attempt to show up and see what he knows, I guess.
I would like that. I think those people aren't as bad as they seem. Like,
Well, they're good training material at the very least, and maybe we can, if they're not that bad, we can get them to help us against Zoreto.
yeah, especially the zombie girl. She was crying. I don't know what's her name? Names. I don't know what fear did to her, but she made her cry. I didn't expect to see a superpowered zombie crying.
And Miss Marvelous sighs, and I've been reading files on these people as best I can find. Metamorphosis knows a lot about them, and cats, please don't fight. And she looks up. Her name's Claire Sutherland. She died 3 years ago. Came back in the Metablast. But
One thing in common.
anyway, we'll try and they'll probably come for Dandy Rose when he's being transported. We'll see what happens. And I think like the final scene, like the comic turns to Dandy Rose and he's just picked the manacles with the pin. And I think this is the end of session move time.
Can I ask? I'm never
Yes.
exactly sure when it keys. If I ask at the end if it keys, but it's a team move. When we had before we went into the fight, and I did the, I think I should leave speech. Could that have triggered my share of vulnerability? And then when Minnie kind of we're gonna stop this, and I went over to hug him, I was kind of trying to do that showing vulnerability.
That is perfectly fine. Yes.
All right. So I'm going to give you influence over me, Minnie, and you can. Because you answered that there was hope for me. You gave that answer back. So would you?
I have influence. I'll have to.
You have influence over me, so you get to shift me.
Basically, at that point, like as it was happening, I would raise your mundane and lower your freak.
All right.
Because I
And
was
so
telling you you're normal, you're fine.
Okay. Thank you. So I'm sorry. Raise my normal and drop my freak.
Mundane up, freak down.
Gotcha. All right. And I'll mark potential, I think.
Freak down, mundane up. I didn't change it. Yeah, good.
All right. Thank you.
That's fine. And thank you for telling me about that.
Yeah.
So now we must do the end of session move and I think we will start the character keeper order. And this time, Leandro doesn't go first. So Blaze, what do you feel you have learned or accomplished this session with the end of session? Have you grown closer to the team, grown into your own image of yourself, or grown away from the team?
I think that I've both grown closer to the team and also grown into my own image of myself.
You have to choose one.
Oh, only the one. Okay. Oh, sorry. I see. Choose one. I think I've grown close to the team, and I think that the person who's made me feel welcome is, well, I would say Chiron, but we already did that scene. So perhaps I will say Scanline with that.
Quite nice.
So Scanline has double influence on me, which I believe means that she gets to move my labels, one up and one down. I can mark potential.
I think I'm going to raise your savior up because you're doing quite a bit of that. Think put your mundane down. You're being a superhero. You know, you're doing your mom. You're doing your mom proud. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Nice. And Scanline, what do you feel like?
I think she's growing into her own image of herself, which is a weird, freakish superhero. She's kind of that scene where dad just basically like her cutting ties with the rest of the family. That's why she didn't. That's why she brought him close, because she didn't want the conversation to go out to the net so that like her mom could hear, but she'll probably hear about it from her dad. So, but yeah, it's not going away from the team because her team cares. But yeah, she's growing. She's getting used to the idea like, oh no, this is just me now. This is just who I am. Like, yeah. And I think I'm going to reverse the stat change I got last week and bump my freak up and my mundane down.
Works for me. Karen, what do you feel?
I think I've also grown into my own image of myself. I think Blaze showing up showed me that like I wasn't just defaulting into the leadership role. I was starting to think of myself in that role, and I'm really uncomfortable with someone else coming in and trying to be like leader of the team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna bump my superior and down my savior.
Cool. Minakulo, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I had all this time, and I'm still trying to decide for sure. I think I probably grew closer to the team. That sort of standing up for me, and when I was saying that I'm going to leave, everybody was like, "No, screw that. We'll take this guy down. That's no problem. That's what we do. We're heroes." And I've already had many switch me around, so. Let's see, the rest of y'all kind of stuck up for it as well. Didn't you, Kyron? Didn't you say something along the heroic lines as well? All right. Then I'll give influence to you. And that's just first influence, so you don't switch me.
No, I have influence over you. Yeah, I have influence over everyone.
Oh, I didn't have you down. Okay, sorry.
I picked it up in the middle of last session.
Oh, I gotcha.
I think I'm gonna up your savior and down freak.
God, you'll kill me taking that freak down. Ugh. That's my good shit.
But no, I upped your savior, not your superior. I moved it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, and Minnie, what happened with you?
I don't think I had any particular scene with anyone, so like that was closer to the team. I think I'll grow into my own image of myself because every session up until now he's been trying to save one character or another in some form or way by becoming more of him. So I'm gonna take up the savior. And I guess the superior goes down. He feels like he's surrounded by really powerful people. Really. Not that regular one, but the other ones. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, with that, I will end the broadcast. Thank you, anyone who has watched, and I hope you had as good enough time as I did. Bye, everyone.